Hey everyone, I'm Elvito from Kiego, and we are an AI agents specialized in helping business automate their repetitive tasks and scale. And today I'm very happy to show you our game-changing lead generation workflow. We are going to use n8n, and if you're tired of traditional time-consuming prospecting methods, this video is for you. In just a few minutes, I'll show you how you can leverage LinkedIn data, AI tools, and automation, and build targeted prospect lists with verified emails. So let's dive in. Now, before we go through our workflow, let's first discuss about the problems with the traditional lead generation method. So I like to call it the manual grind life, and meet Alex. He's our protagonist today. And as you can see, poor Alex starts his day with an espresso. He spends endless hours searching for prospects one by one, going through their LinkedIn, going through even their LinkedIn company profiles. He's trying to copy paste data from spreadsheet to CRMs, from LinkedIn to spreadsheet. He's trying to guess email formats manually and verifying each one by one. And he's trying also to maintain data quality across multiple platforms. So as you can see, Alex is doing here a hard job, and hence he's getting some disappointing results. The first one is that he's getting low quality leads that do not match the ideal customer profile. He is getting high bounce rates from incorrect email address, since he's not using a correct way to get the correct company email addresses. He's wasting time pursuing prospects who aren't even decision makers. And the final one is that he's getting the poor return on investment on his lead generation investment. Now let's discuss about a smarter approach with artificial intelligence, and our approach here leverages the power of automation and artificial intelligence to solve all of these traditional problems. Now I've divided into three solutions. The first one is automation first. We don't need to be handling all of the repetitive tasks we saw, like going through companies' LinkedIn profile, trying to search for all of the information. We need to let the machines handle all of those repetitive tasks while we handle the important tasks like business calls and other ones. We need to create workflows that run 24/7 in the background. We need to scale our prospecting without scaling our team. We don't need to be hiring a lot of SDRs if we want to search for a lot of prospects. And we also need to maintain consistent quality across all the prospects. Now, the second solution is AI enhanced data collection. Now we need to use here artificial intelligence to interpret company information intelligently. We don't need to be searching for company mission, company background. We actually can use nowadays AI models. We can give it all the data about the company, and it will generate the company's mission and background, and most importantly, the pain points that you can use later trying to convince the prospects to become your client. Now, the second one is to generate accurate contact details. We'll be trying to generate the correct emails using also the deep research of Gemini. And we need to verify data across multiple sources automatically, and also enrich basic data with additional useful insights that we don't need to spend a lot of time trying to add. And the third solution is strategic integration. We need to connect LinkedIn data, CRMs, our spreadsheet directly without handling all of that manual work. And with this smarter approach, is actually very easy. Now let's dive into our workflow. And our workflow is divided into three parts. The first one is to scrape LinkedIn companies. And by here, we'll be choosing a search area. We'll choose an industry, and we'll choose a location. And the second part, we will try to find the email using the LinkedIn company profile. And then when we miss the email on their profile, we'll then go ahead and use Google Gemini research. I will show you why I chose this specific API. Basically, it's because it's cheap. It's the cheapest method for the moment, but you can go ahead and apply your method to find the company's email. So let's dive into it. Now, starting with the first step, as we all know, we need a trigger for our workflow to run. I chose the simple trigger when we click test workflow, but you can go ahead and choose different triggers like schedulers. You can connect it with your webhook, you can connect this with an n8n form, because we are going to need actually two fields, which are in this second step. We need the keyword. Here I chose software and location, and I chose Rwanda. And basically I will need these keywords to search for all software companies that are located in Rwanda. And the third step is to actually use Apify. So for those people who don't know Apify, Apify is a very strong platform which is helping people to scrape actually almost everything. So basically people go there and create their scraping servers, and they host them as actors. Let's try to visit Apify. And we need to go to our console. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and sign up. And here in the actors, you can go to store, and you can actually choose. If I search for LinkedIn, you'll see that there are a lot of actors scraping the LinkedIn data. So here for me, I choose the LinkedIn companies bulk and profiles bulk. And for me, I chose to get companies. You can go ahead and choose get profiles. For the query, I chose software, and for the location, I chose Rwanda, and for testing purpose, I chose 5. And if we go back to our workflow, to the JSON that we got from here, if we choose JSON, is the one that we'll copy and come and paste here in our body. So for the body, you'll click JSON, and you'll using JSON, and you'll paste it into here. And for the URL, to get the URL, you need to come here on API, and you click on API endpoints, and you need to get the run sync get dataset. This URL will come with the token. You will copy it, and you'll use it here. And if you don't want your token to be in the URL field, you can just send it as a query param and define it way below here. And as you can see, it gave me all the results, all the companies, their name, their tagline, their description, websites that we'll actually need later, and the headquarters, all the data that we need for the company. And the following step will be to save to my leads Google spreadsheet, and we'll take all the information here and we will drag and drop into them here. And after that, when we check, we'll have all of them right here. Now, the following step will actually be to find all the emails of the data of companies we just scraped. If we go back on our previous node, we'll find out that we did not send any email address. And this is because the Apify platform did not send us the email rows. So we will go ahead and use firstly the most cheapest way, which is to scrape the LinkedIn company profile to see if there is no email address listed there. And for the LinkedIn company profile, we don't need any authentication. We can just set up a simple GET request and add the LinkedIn URL. And we'll need to convert all the HTML to the Markdown. And then after, we'll use an LLM to actually analyze all this data and find if there is a company email on that page. And that's what we will go ahead and do. I'm using DeepSeek as my LLM choice. You can go ahead and use yours, but DeepSeek is one of the most cheapest one. And I use the structured outputs to only output the email. And after that, we'll update our email using the LinkedIn URL as the row to match. And if you analyze well, not all the companies' emails were gotten. That's why we are going to go ahead and use the third step to actually scrape well the remaining email address. So we need to find the missing emails from the previous step. As we saw, we only got 2 emails out of 5 emails. And the following step is to find missing emails using Google Gemini API. As I told you, I'll show you the reason why I chose it. And the main reason is because of their free tier and their free request. On your free tier, you have up to 500 requests per day, which are free. That means you can find 500 company emails. If you're on paid tier, you can get up to 1,500. There's a lot of requests. And compared to other platforms that provide emails like any email finder. You have to pay $14 per 50 credits. They also have free trial, but I think it runs only once, not for every month. And I also tried Perplexity, and for it, Sonadeep Research, they also charge money. They don't have a free tier or free request for each month. So you can go ahead and judge by yourself. For me, I chose this one. And for the actual workflow, we need to get the missing emails. We filter them and we find the ones which don't have the email, and we loop through over them, and we make a post request on this endpoint. This is the API endpoint. You can go ahead and copy and paste it. I'll share all this workflow in my Gumroad. You don't have to worry. And generate the API key from Google Gemini API platform. And for the body, you also need to send it to research the email for the company located at this place and find company's email. And we need to parse all the results that we got. And I got company name, the email, and the phone number. And we only need the email. That's the reason why we'll update our Google Sheets using the company and update the email that we just got. So that's it. Now you have your lead generation workflow. You can go ahead and download it on my Gumroad. It's free to use, and I'll leave the link in the description. And recapping the benefits of this, we saw that it's time efficient. You don't need to spend endless hours trying to find your future clients. And it's also accurate. We saw that we are able to scrape real-time company data. It's also scalable, and it's very cheap. We saw that we used all the cheapest methods that we could find to find the email address of the companies. And the next video will actually be now the cold outreach workflow. Now that we have our email address, we need a way to reach out to all of those companies so that they can become our potential clients. So that's it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any issue, you can comment down below, and see you on the next one.